Hey friends, we recently launched our plant-based recipe and nutrition app, which is currently available for iOS, and the Android version is in the works, coming soon. But today I just wanted to share what I think is the most exciting feature of this app, and that is its Nourish method. The goal of the Nourish method is to build your confidence in knowing that you're enjoying nutritionally balanced meals without needing to meticulously track calories or macros. We've poured over countless nutrition research papers to build this truly one-of-a-kind feature that's like having a dietitian in your pocket. So let's dive into it. So this is the Nourish cell, and it consists of 9 different groups. They are dairy alternatives, dark leafy greens, assorted veggies, grains and starches, nuts and seeds, legumes, fruits, supplements, and water. Within each of these groups, you're going to see that there are little orbs, and our aim is to try to collect these orbs throughout the course of a day. And in doing so, we're going to be more or less meeting our macro and micronutrient needs, but without needing to focus on tracking nitty-gritty numbers. I used to work as a dietitian, and I saw firsthand that when we focus too much on calories and macros, it can really harm our relationship with food. So we wanted to provide an alternative approach with this Nourish method. Each of us have unique nutrient needs, so let's set up this cell so that it's just for you. I'm going to welcome you to click the gear icon that's to the bottom right of the cell. From here, click into biometrics, and now you can input things like how active you are. You can input your age, if only I were 22. You can input your height, your weight, even if you're pregnant or lactating. Once you save these changes and navigate back into the cell, the orbs that are displayed here are based on your individual needs. The cell can be used as a planner and as a tracker, but let's explore it as a planner first. Let's say I want to plan my meals for next week. I'm going to click the calendar icon that's on the top of my phone, click the right arrow to navigate into next week, and let's click into Monday. Now let's add in some meals and snacks. I'm going to click the plus icon on the bottom, and I'm going to now be presented with some options. I can either add in individual items. These are things like ingredients, beverages, supplements. We have our own pickup lines database for this, or you can add in your own custom items. Alternatively, you can add in a pickup lines recipe or your own custom recipe. For now, I'm going to add in a pickup lines recipe. I'm going to go over to the filters option, and I want to add in some filters for breakfast. 10 ingredients or less, and 10 minutes or less. Why not? And let's explore our options here. The chocolate banana wrap, that looks pretty good. So I wanna add that in as a breakfast. And let's add this to our Nourish day. I'm gonna see I'm already starting to collect some orbs for this. That's pretty cool. Now I wanna add a lunch. This time I'm gonna add one of my own custom recipes. I'm gonna specify it as lunch. The specification here just helps it go under a header. You'll see it's under a lunch header, so that's just kind of handy. And now I wanna add in dinner as well. You can actually quick access your favorites. I've previously favorited some pickup lines recipes, and I'm gonna add one of my favorites in for dinner. After adding these meals in, I can see I've already collected the orbs for 5 of the different food groups. That's already looking great. I haven't yet though collected any orbs for dairy alternatives. So what I can do is click into that, and I'll be presented with the option to either search for recipes that contain dairy alternatives, or I can explore dairy alternative items. I'm gonna click into the items. When I'm looking through this list, I'm seeing oat milk, and that reminds me, I usually like to have an oat milk latte. So I'm actually gonna search for latte in the system. I'm gonna click into the text box because normally I have about 1.5 cups of a latte, and I'll specify that I have that in the morning. And if I navigate back, I'll see that the latte is clustered underneath the breakfast header. And now I've also collected some orbs for it, which is great. Now, as far as I'm concerned, this day is complete. I haven't collected all of the orbs for dark leafy greens, but that's okay. It's close enough, and it's never about being perfect. It's just about doing our best and being mindful about our food choices. I haven't yet touched on the water group or supplement group. We're gonna chat about those a little bit more later. I really like how this day looks, and I think I'm gonna want it for a future day as well. So if I scroll down to the bottom, I'll see the option to copy this day. If I use the right arrow on the top to navigate into the next day, I can paste the entire day in, and that saves me from having to do it again. Alternatively, if I only want to copy over breakfast, for example, I can click those 3 little dots, copy breakfast, navigate into a new day, and paste that in. And now I can see only breakfast is in here. How cool is that? Now, if I click the calendar icon on the top corner of the phone again, I can see which recipes are slotted into which days. For now, let's click back into Monday because I'm ready to start adding some things to my grocery shopping list. To do that, you're gonna see a grocery basket icon to the bottom left of the cell. If you click into that, you'll see all of the recipes that were kind of inputted for that day displayed here. And the serving sizes are kind of the default serving sizes as the recipe was intended to be made. But if you do want to modify it, you can always click into the servings to modify to your preferences. For now, I'm going to add all of these items to my grocery shopping list, navigate over to the Groceries tab, and I can see everything displayed here. As a reminder again, you can click the card on the top of this page to see all of the ingredients in one place. Now you know how to plan your own meals, but maybe you're thinking, I don't have time for that. Can't you just do it for me? Why, yes, we can. Robin actually used his background in engineering to develop a system that delivers optimal meal plans within seconds. So to navigate to this, you just click the plus icon on the bottom and you'll see the option for personal plan. If you click into that, you'll see that the meal plan that's presented here is based on your individual nutrient needs. The default setting is for 3 meals and a snack, but you can modify this if you'd like to by clicking into the gear icon, and you can add and or remove recipe types as you see fit, but I'm gonna keep it on the default settings for now. Now, that breakfast option and dinner are looking really good, but I don't love the lunch and snack option, so I can actually click the right arrow icon to be presented with some new options. So those are looking pretty good. If you see a number on the top left corner of some of these photos, that's just indicating that's the recommended number of servings to enjoy in order to collect the number of orbs that you can see on that recipe card. If I check this off, I'm now going to see that the cell is either almost completely or completely filled up for that day. So this is again where we've done the work for you. Now you don't have to, but you can if you want to. Click the DNA icon that's at the center of the cell, and here you can see the full breakdown of macro and micronutrients for that particular day. Again, you don't have to look here. If you're collecting most of the orbs, these numbers are gonna to some degree be sufficiently met. Calories are by default hidden, but you can click and hold this button to reveal them if you want to. Now let's navigate back into the day. All of these meals are pickup lines recipes. If you find that's not realistic, and I get that, you can actually swipe to delete it, and now you can add in your own custom recipe or add in your own custom ingredients based on a meal maybe that you're eating out that day. Now the day has arrived for us to enjoy one of the recipes from our plan. You can actually click the recipe card and click into it one more time to reveal the recipe detail page so that you can start making it. As an aside, if you click the little Nourish icon button that's to the right of the photo, you can quickly from here actually add this particular recipe into future days, which is really handy if you're meal planning or if you have any leftovers. The Nourish tab can also be used as a tracker. So personally, I am terrible at remembering to drink water. So if you click into the blue water group, you can keep track of any beverages that you're having throughout the day, like water or tea, by clicking the little plus button, and then you're gonna start to collect little water orbs. Supplements are another thing you might want to keep track of throughout a day. And you're going to see by default that there are 3 orbs in the supplement group. This is because on a plant-based lifestyle, we recommend 3 different supplements. They are vitamin B12, vitamin D, which is especially true in the fall and winter months. This is for everybody, not just plant-based foodies. And then also an algae-based omega supplement. That's just recommended, but not totally necessary. Now, if there are fewer supplements that you want to take, or maybe there are more you want to keep track of, you can actually adjust the number of orbs that are displayed here. Just go into the gear icon again, click Nourish Goals, toggle on Custom Goals, and if you scroll down, you can now adjust the supplements to your liking. If you head back into the cell, you're going to see the number of orbs that you've chosen is displayed here. Nutrition information can be found on the Nourish tab, but also on the recipe detail page. So if you click into the recipe card, navigate over to the info tab and scroll down, you'll see the option to click into nutrients. And here you can see the full nutrient breakdown for that one particular recipe. But we do understand that for some users, you might not want to see any nutrition information at all. So I'm going to show you how to deactivate it across the entire app. If you click the Me tab on the bottom and then click into nutrition settings, you can see there's a slider here that allows you to remove all nutrition info. If I now navigate back into the Nourish tab, I'll see there is no longer a cell that's visible. This allows me to focus solely on the recipes. If I click back into a recipe card, navigate over to the info tab, I'm going to see that the nutrients are no longer visible for me here either. This was our Nourish method in a nutshell. To recap, the idea is to try to collect as many of the orbs as possible, filling up the cell, making it colorful. But as a reminder again, it's never about being perfect. It's just about being more mindful of our food choices. In case you do want to geek out some more, we've written a brief nutrition article that goes into some more detail on the Nourish method. I'm going to link that for you below. And thanks so much for your interest in our app. It means the world. Happy cooking, friends, and happy nourishing.